So, welcome to the Harry Potter section in Universal Studios. We have King's Cross Station over there where you catch the Hogwarts Express. And then we have Diagon Alley here. This is the night bus. And then Sirius Black's house is over here. Make sure you look in the window and watch, because somebody might poke their head through the curtain of Sirius Black's house. And then it's always fun to over here you can talk to the night bus driver and the talking heads, so that's always a good time. And we got the fountain. Okay, I am in Diagon Alley. I didn't film coming in just so you guys can get a surprise, but there is so much to see here. Look in all the windows, look up, look everywhere. There is the dragon. Again, I won't film that going off just so you get a nice surprise if you haven't been before. But listen out for the growling. You'll hear him growling, and that's when you know he is about to go off. So this is Ollivanders, and you can go in here to get your wand. But there's also a line around the side, and that is where you line up for the show, where the one chooses the wizard. So just watch out for that. That's separate. It's over here. That's separate to the front of the store. This is Magical Menageries, and that sells all the plush toys, like the stuffed animals. And some of them you can only get in this specific store. So if you're looking for something, a stuffed animal, like a plush toy, come to Magical Menageries in Diagon Alley. And then if you go around the side, you can see there's a snake here, and you can talk Parseltongue to the snake. So not many people know, if you come around the side, about the snake. You can hear him talking Parseltongue. A lot of people don't know about this. Another thing is, when you come into the shops, make sure you look up, which sounds a bit weird, but there's all kinds of things on the roof, which of all the shops, which are really, really cool. So this is my favorite spot in Diagon Alley, Nocturne Alley. It's really, really dark down here, but there are Death Eater posters, and there is Borgin & Burke's shop, and you can do lots of spells down here, so it's really cool. I love it down here. There's Borgin & Burke's. It's kind of dark, so you can't see very well, but I am going to tell you, I won't show it on the video because I don't want to spoil it, but inside the store, listen out for the Bogart. He is in like a trunk, and then also listen out for the bird inside the Vanishing Cabinet. But again, I don't want to spoil it for you. Come through here, and there is more spells that you can do. There's all kinds of crazy stuff. And again, that's Borgin & Burke's.
Here is your wand poster of Bellatrix Lestrange.
So if you're wanting a robe, come into Madame Malkin's, and you can buy a beautiful robe that has kids and adults. They're all the same price, but they're really beautiful.
Alex, we have you where to put it right now.
This is where you enter the Gringotts ride. You'll see the statue. Right next to the statue is where you enter the ride. Try and get to the ride as early as possible. I would do that first thing. First thing you do, I would do is the Gringotts ride, so you can get that done. So a lot of people do ask about dressing up. A lot of people dress up. It's fun to dress up in your Harry Potter gear, so I recommend that. And try and buy, if you can have the extra money, try and buy an interactive wand, because it is so much fun to go around and do all the spells like these people are doing here. So this is the money exchange. Not only can you buy money here, galleons, but you can talk to the goblin in there and you can ask him questions and he will answer you. So this is always a fun place to come. Okay, so I'm in St. Ollivanders. This is where you come out from that one Choose the Wizard show, and just to let you know, there's different sections. One of them has all the characters wands, and then one of them has, one section has just wands that are not for a specific character. They're just wands that you can just pick for yourself.
Those are just...
I'm just going to go in here because it's quieter, but another thing is the ones with the gold are the interactive ones, the gold label, and ones without the gold label are the non-interactive. If you want a non-character wand, there is a chart here with different descriptions and you can find a one that fits your personality. Okay, so I'm going to go into the Leaky Cauldron. This is the lunch menu. Just one little tip. They do have the butterbeer. In the winter they have hot butterbeer. In the summer it's just frozen and regular butterbeer. But just a tip is that you can pay a few extra dollars and get a souvenir butterbeer mug to take home. So I think I'll probably do that again today. And then one more tip for the Leaky Cauldron and for over in Hogsmeade for the free broomsticks. This is important. With breakfast, you actually get a free butterbeer. You get a free drink, so you can specifically ask for butterbeer. But for lunch, you do not. You have to pay extra. So that is a tip that a lot of people do not know, that with breakfast is a free drink, so you can get a free butterbeer. An update, I was able to switch my card. I had Bertie Bott duplicate and I went to Sugar Plums and I switched it out for Godric Gryffindor, so you can switch out cards. There are different shows they have on here. There's a show on right now. There's a few different ones, and I think one's here in Diagon Alley and the other two are over in Hogsmeade. No, maybe two here. But you'll find out. You can look at the show schedule. This is Gregorovich's one shop. So there's two one shops, Gregorovich's and Ollivanders. Obviously this is Fred and Georgia's shop, but this is Sugar Plum's sweet shop. They have Honeydukes over at Hogsmeade, but in Diagon Alley they have Sugar Plums. And just a tip that not many people know is if you get a chocolate frog card and you get a duplicate, they actually have some behind the counter in Sugar Plums only. This is the only place where you can switch it out for a different card. So I have two Bertie Botts, so I'm going to try and switch it out right now and see how I go. There's also the Owl Post here where you can send a howler. It is really cool. You can send a howler to somebody and you can record it and then you can stamp, they will stamp it for you. Another area you can do spells with this little water fountain. This is where you buy the butterbeer ice cream. You can buy butterbeer ice cream here in the two candy shops. You can buy butterbeer fudge in the two restaurants. You can buy butterbeer custard. And then down in the butterbeer store over here, you can buy the regular butterbeer, the frozen butterbeer, and in winter, you can get hot butterbeer. So 6 different ways for butterbeer. Just a heads up, this is where the locker are. Some people don't know that when you get on a lot of the rides, including all of the Harry Potter rides, you have to put a backpack in the locker. You can't just get on the ride. So it does take extra time before and after the ride. So you might want to consider, if possible, to come and not bring a backpack. One big tip I have is to stay at the Universal hotels, because you can, as a Universal hotel guest, doesn't matter how you book it, whether you get a package or whatever, you get to get in 1 hour early. And see how busy it is right now. Last time I came, we stayed at the hotel, we got in an hour early, other than regular park guests, and it was empty. We had the place to ourselves. It was amazing. We had some great pictures. So if possible, stay at one of the Universal hotels, and get in 1 hour early and before regular park guests. And it's just into Diagon Alley, nowhere else, but you'll get into Diagon Alley 1 hour early. So that's a big tip if you stay at the Universal hotels only. This is the phone box, and if you go into the phone box and type in the word magic, you will hear a special message. Okay, so this is King's Cross Station. I'm going to go into King's Cross Station right now and catch the Hogwarts Express over to Hogsmeade. But just a reminder, you cannot do this unless you have a park-to-park ticket. So that's very, or an annual pass. So that's very important. So I will be catching the train. Okay, just a tip as you're going up the stairs at the Diagon Alley station, is have someone kind of stand back after you're getting up the stairs, because you can get a photo of your family and friends walking through platform 9 3/4. So just stand back a little bit. So I'm not going to film the train, so I want you guys to see that by yourselves, but the other tip is make sure you catch the train both ways, because it's different. You'll see different things both ways you catch the train. So catch it from Hogsmeade and then catch it from King's Cross. Catch it both directions. Okay, so I'm over at Hogsmeade. Just a few little things I can think of right now is outside the Owlery, right over here, there is a howler, which a lot of people don't know about. So you can look at the howler. And then over here are the bathrooms, and there is a certain person, I won't tell you who, that you've got to listen out for when you go into the bathroom. You can hear somebody talking. There's a mandrake over there. There's different spots all over the place to do some spells, and just around the corner here is Ollivanders. If you are doing the One Chooses the Wizard show, which I highly recommend, I would do it over in Diagon Alley because the room is a lot bigger. I mean, it's not huge, but the one here in Hogsmeade, the room's really tiny and you're really crunched in. So if you're doing the One Chooses the Wizard show at Ollivanders, do that over on Diagon Alley. Okay, another thing to let you guys know is if you want to do the rides and you're kind of on the larger side or even on the smaller side, you have kids and you need to know how tall you are, you can go here, and this is the actual seat, so you can test it out. Okay, so this is my tip for the Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure. The lines are usually long. At the moment it's only 90 minutes, which is not too bad. It can be 2 or 3 hours. But one tip, if you don't mind not sitting right next to the person you're with, is to, when you go in and up a little ways up here to the right, there is a line that says single rider line. If you get into the single rider line, it's going to go a lot quicker. So that is a good way of getting through the ride a little bit quicker. If you're not planning on doing the ride, I wouldn't walk the ride like some of the others. This ride is pretty intense, so if you have like a bad neck or a bad back or high blood pressure or anything, I probably wouldn't do it, because I have done it and it was a little bit rough, but it's an absolutely fantastic ride otherwise. Okay, I'm in the line for the Flight of the Hippogriff, and I just want to tell anyone who does not want to actually get on the ride, some people do not like rides, you should still walk the ride, because there's a lot you can see when you're walking the rides, and you do not have to get on the ride. You can get off right at the last minute before the rides. Now this is for this is for the Gringotts ride over at Diagon Alley. That is magnificent when you walk into the bank. You can walk the ride and look at the bank and look at the goblins and get off last minute. The Hippogriff ride, you can walk the whole ride, and this is the only way you get to see Hagrid's hut, which is over here, if you walk the line. Otherwise you can't see Hagrid's huts, and then you get off last minute. And then the same with the ride inside the Forbidden Journey, which is inside the castle. You can walk the entire ride inside the castle and then get off last minute, so you can see that. Just another thing, if you come out of Hogsmeade and go under the bridge towards the Jurassic Park area, there is this bridge here and you get an excellent view of the castle, and you can take your picture of the castle in the background. So this is an excellent place to get a photo, is on this bridge. Just a tip, if you come on a hot day and you want to get really wet, do this Dudley's Do-Right Falls ride and you'll get nice and wet, and then you can cool off a little bit. It is really, really hot and really, really crowded here in June, July and August. It's also crowded over Christmas, and it's crowded during October because of all the Halloween stuff going on. So January, February is an excellent time to come. November is an excellent time to come, so just kind of keep it in mind about the crowds and the weather. One thing you can do if you come in the middle of summer is go back to your hotel kind of in the afternoon, especially if you're at a Universal hotel, and go for a swim and cool off and then come back to the park in the evening again.
Wow, that gets really hot.
Okay, two other things I thought I would mention. To the castle in the background. Whoa, you can see the hop right there. Wow, that's loud. Okay, two other things I thought I'd mention is download the app, the Universal app, onto your phone. It gives you a ton of information, including the ride wait times. So that's important. And in relation, you can also see Hogsmeade over there. In relation to the Express Pass, some people think it's worth it, some people think it's not worth it. It's probably worth it when it's really, really busy, and especially in summer. When it's quieter, especially during the week, I don't know if it's really worth it. You can usually get on pretty easily. Do the rides first thing in the morning. That's what you want to do first thing, is just come, do the rides, and then you can relax and just spend time doing everything else. Some of the hotels, the more expensive hotels, do include the Express Pass. So the shop at the entrance to both Islands of Adventure and Universal has a bunch of Harry Potter stuff in the shop when you first walk in. So I do like to buy a shirt or a sweater for the place I actually been to. So in this shop they do have, in the shop at the front, they do have shirts and sweaters that actually say Universal Orlando on them. And if for kids and adults, or the other option is, I saw over here they have magnets that say Wizarding World. Just one more reminder about the hotels. You can see the boats down here, which are right at the entrance, which drop you. Certain hotels, Sapphire Falls, Portofino, Royal Pacific, they do include the boat, and it drops you right at the entrance. Now, if you're staying at some of the other hotels, like Cabana Bay or Endless Summer, they will drop you, it's quite a ways up here. You got to go through some escalators, and then we're up where the security checkpoint is. You go down some stairs, so it's a little bit of a ways up. If you're staying at Endless Summer or Cabana Bay, there's a shuttle bus that takes you. They do not have the boat, so just it's something to keep in mind. Also, be sure to memorize your parking, because there are 6 different areas you can park at. I happen to be parked at ET, And then in the different levels of each section, there are multiple levels, second, third, fourth, fifth, so sixth. So maybe take a photo of which section you're in and which row you're in, because the parking is absolutely massive if you park here. And the other thing I have to tell you guys, there's the park over there. I was on the Hogwarts Express and the people next to me said they do not like Harry Potter. I was in shock. All right, that's it. Bye, guys. Okay, guys, just a couple more final things. This is the interactive wand that I bought. And as I told you, the interactive wands have the gold label and the non-interactive have like a tan label, and it does come with a map for both Diagon Alley, and on the other side is Hogsmeade, so you can see where all the spells are and what you actually have to do for each spell. So that's pretty cool. And the they will repair, it's got a lifetime warranty on it, so they will repair it for life. Like my son scratched the top of the sensor and they did repair that for us for free on his Mad Eye Moody wand, not on this Hermione wand. And then these are our room keys for the hotel, the Universal Hotels, and you do get to keep those after you leave as like a souvenir, because you can just check out on the TV or on the phone. You don't have to hand the key in, so you get to keep that as a souvenir, so that's kind of fun too. These are our annual passes. If you are staying for more than like a couple of days, maybe 3, 4, 5 days, you might even want to see the price difference of getting an annual pass, because with the preferred pass you do get discounts on food and merchandise and free parking. So just look at all the prices for everything, and then make sure you check on the hours when you go, because the hours do vary, especially during the summer. It's open, I think during the summer on the weekends it's open at like 7 a.m. so for hotel guests, so keep an eye out for that. All right, I hope the video was helpful. Have fun at Universal. Bye, guys. This is the Central Florida Slug Club, and everyone gets together at Universal. So if you ever come by yourself and you want to meet some Harry Potter fans, look up for the events dates.